Psalm 47 is a psalm about when Israel is back in the land and they are safe and Messiah has returned. For the kids. That's better, isn't it? See, you've got to throw something at me, love. So it says, clap your hands, all you people, shout to God with cries of joy. Hey, there you go. Audience participation. Why do they clap? Why do they shout? Because Adonai Elyon, the Lord Most High, is awesome. That's why. This word I told you, I think it was last time, should only be used to describe God. This was obviously drummed into me by my rabbi to some tune, and therefore it's trickled down spirituality. I've got to pass it on. So I'm drumming it into you. And I get it, we use it for all sorts of things we do. Because probably nobody's told you any different. And it's more cultural now. Everything is awesome. Isn't it? Meaning, it should really give you some awe. Now, biblically, God's name, his Shem, his reputation, his renown, is holy and awesome. So how do you suppose surfboards or Mustang GTIs or Domino's barbecue chicken pizza became awesome? Everything is awesome except God. How do you suppose that happened? Where do you suppose that one came from? There is a deceiver, Hasatan, the deceiver in the Hebrew, the deceiver of the brethren. Now, this could be a coinkydink, but this thing started, believe it or not, in the late 60s, around the time Jerusalem came back into Jewish hands for the first time in 2,000 years. This was the time the Messianic movement began to flourish. Coinkydink? This was the time that brought the time of the Gentiles to an end. Not that Gentiles wouldn't be saved no more, but it was like a light switch went off in heaven and a baton was handed over. And this Messianic movement just started to bubble up, and nobody can take credit for it. Nobody can say, it was me. Because they can't, because they didn't, because it was God. Also at that time, there was a huge movement in America, the Jesus movement, all the hippies. That brought into the faith people like Jonathan Bernis, Jewish Voice. Brought in people like Dr. Michael Brown. I'm sure you've heard of him. They were saved at that time. And people, strangely enough, started to use this word awesome, to the point now it's used all the time. I'm here to tell you, you've been deceived. Why does Hasatan do things like this? Is to bring God down to our level. I don't think we should let him do that. Adonai Elyon, the Lord Most High, is awesome. A great king, over all the earth. Only Adonai Elyon is awesome. The things he does should leave you awestruck. He is a great king. He is over all the earth, whether people realize it or not. You're not going to realize it if you watch 7, 9 and 10 and all the crap on the telly. That's not going to happen. His rule and reign is manifesting soon. And we need to be ready. Oh, but Arnie, people have said that for years. Yes, they have, true enough. Well, there's never been a time like this in geopolitics. Never. Never. And more than that, no, he might not come tomorrow. But you could go. So now is the time to keep your lamps filled, Shebarim, eh? Matthew 25. Keep your lamps filled. He subdues people under us, nations under our feet. He makes people subject to us, puts nations down. Why? Because he holds the hearts of kings in his hands. And he guides them like streams of water. It's a proverb. He does. He does. What about those who are evil? What about them? What about them? He's God, nobody else. They can only do what he allows. Just watch. Just watch. Watch the news. You'll see. He chooses our inheritance for us, the glory of Jacob, whom he loved. Selah, meditate, think about it. The people of Israel are no different to the rest of us. There is sin in the camp. There's sin in our camp, isn't there? Just the same as us. But the God of Israel is faithful. And he made a covenant with those people. And he loves them. So if you don't love the people of Israel, you don't love what he loves. As you should. And if you hate Israel, you need to check your heart state. Because I'm telling you now, that's the spirit of Haman. It's the spirit of the Antichrist. And these people are in the church. You might think that they're well-intentioned. But so did the crowd who worshipped the golden calf. They thought they were doing the right thing too. And they were sincerely wrong, weren't they? Oh, they love the Lord. But they don't love what he loves. And he loves the people of Israel. The people, not a flag, not a shofar, not a tree in the Garden of Gethsemane. Oh, Jesus might have touched this tree. So what? It's a tree. He loves the people. You might think, well, I don't hate Israel. So you're neutral. You're ambivalent. I'm telling you now, that'll put you on the goat side of things, not the sheep. He chooses our inheritance for us, the glory of Jacob, Israel, whom he loved and still does. God is gone up amidst shouting, Adonai amidst the sound of a shofar. He goes up now to shouts of acclaim, to the blast of a shofar, heralding the king. This is when he comes back. This is a prophetic psalm. When he returns after the tribulation. A shofar blast. Where do you see that? Isaiah 27, Matthew 24, right? I don't know, he's king over all the earth. And he is awesome. And this is the wonderful news that he's returned. Based on all of that, sing praises to God. Sing praises to the king. Sing praises. Over and over and over. Got to get a hold of that. You've got to get a grip on that. This psalmist is blown away by all of this and by what will be. We seem to have a hard time getting to grips with praising him. Pretty good at shouting and screaming when the what's it called? That football match has just been on. What's it called? State of Origin. But he was all screaming and shouting then. They all scream and shout for the Eagles. Or if you've got half a brain, Manchester United. Oh, yeah, even worse, Liverpool. Yeah. God is king over all the world. Sing praises with a skillful song. God reigns over the nations. He sits upon his holy throne. You've got to lock your spirit onto that. And if you do believe that, you can be passionate. You can be fruitful. You don't have to have any fear. Where's your fear? We're called to be bold. We're called to be courageous. Do you realise? We're supposed to be lions. Not rabbits. Not scared. Not like deer in the headlights. Lions. You show me a script where it says Christians have got to be doormats. Show me. Show me. Because we don't. We're called to be courageous. We're called to be bold. We're called to stand for righteousness. We're called to stand against evil. And call it out, because you know what? If we don't, nobody will. Nobody will. Believe in who you are. Believe in the God you serve. Because he's a really, really big God. Really big. Boomerangs. Just look for boomerangs. He's a boomerang God. Maybe he likes Australia, eh? He sits on his throne. He sits. Why does he sit? Do you know why? Because there's no panic in heaven. That's why. Surrounded by a sea of glass. Really, really calm. Serene. Peaceful. Because he's got it all in hand. And everything's going to work out according to the way he wants it to. So bear what Moses, just calm down. Just calm down and watch Adonai work. Because I know there's people in here that have been flapping and worrying and, oh, look at the state of the world. What's got to be, it's got to be. It's got to be so we can come back. We've got to shine our light in that dark one and be who we're called to be. The princes of the peoples are gathered as a people of the God of Abraham, for the shields of the earth belong to God. He is greatly exalted. We all belong to Adonai, who is exalted. on high 24/7. Remember who you are. I sound like Mufasa now, I'm sorry. I watched Lion King this week. Remember who you are. Father, we are here because we love you. And we're so thankful to be here in freedom. For now. Beautiful Shabbat. You've called us here, Father. And you sit enthroned on the praises of your people. But you also inhabit the praises of your people. So, Father, we are your people. And we are gathered as one to praise your holy and awesome name. And Father, we're looking forward to getting filled and leaving this place with more of you. We bless you, Father. We praise you. We're here to worship you. We love you. B'Shem Yeshua Meshachenu. Amen.